everyone, I'm Kathy, the Clumsy Soaper. Today, I would like to share with you on how to make Aleppo soap. We need two main oils for this recipe, and that will be olive oil and laurel berry oil. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with laurel berry oil. This is the cold pressed laurel berry oil, and it is a gift sent to me by my soap sister from Malaysia, Louie. Thank you so much! Shout out to my soap sister! And this laurel berry oil is actually from the label, it says that this is a direct import from Turkey with INS value of 124. Sodium hydroxide SAP value of 0.141 and potassium hydroxide SAF value of 0.198. Next, I weighed the 37% lye solution, and for the olive oil, I am using the pure olive oil, which is a product of Spain, and this contains refined olive oil and extra virgin olive oil. I am soaping at room temperature, so let's start by pouring 48.5 grams of laurel berry oil and mixing it properly with 216 grams of pure olive oil. While I am mixing this, let us have a quick chit chat about Aleppo soap. Aleppo soap is one of the traditional soap and highly valued natural soap in the world. It comes from the name Aleppo, which is a region in Syria. And in spite of the long tradition and war that had happened in the area, Syrians still kept their tradition in making the Aleppo soap. Aleppo soap can be done in either hot process method or cold process method, and today I am sharing with you the cold process method. For the Aleppo soap benefits, it is actually good and gentle for the skin, and it is highly moisturizing. It also has antioxidant properties that helps to restore the pH and balance our skin pH. Aleppo soap also have antibacterial properties, and it is good for all skin types, especially for those who actually have acne, eczema, psoriasis, bacterial dermatitis, fungal infections, dandruff, and seborrheic dermatitis because it contains high amounts of laurel berry oil. After mixing the oils properly, I have added 90.8 grams of 37% lye solution. I would normally prepare my sodium hydroxide solution in bulk. Then I will just weigh the amount that I need for the specific batch that I want to do. But if you are just doing this for the first time, you will need 33.6 grams of sodium hydroxide pellets or beads or powder, and dissolve that to 57.2 grams of water. Make sure to mix it properly and let it cool down until the solution becomes clear before you can use for your soap making. Today, I am using my no-stick blender technique, but if you prefer to use the stick blender for the mixing, you can also do so. But for me, since I used high concentration of sodium hydroxide, and I also know that laurel berry oil contains aromatic components like alpha-terpinyl acetate, methyl eugenol, and linalool, it helps to accelerate the trace, and I won't be giving extra muscles for my arm for the mixing, so don't worry about it. So I'm taking advantage of that, and I don't have to use the stick blender anymore. But if you like to thicken the butter, you can continue on mixing the solution with the no stick blender technique, or you can just use the stick blender to thicken it a bit. Going back here, we need to mix the solution, and when we actually observe that a trail mark is left behind on top of the soap batter, that is the trace already, it means that we are ready to pour this soap into the mold. It's really fast and easy, so give it a try. And if you want to create your own recipe, the acceptable Laurel berry percentage is 5% to 20%. Some traditional Aleppo soap makers are using all the way up to 40%, but please know that anything that is above 16% Laurel berry oil component is highly sought in the Aleppo soap market. If you want to create your own soap making recipe, feel free to visit my own soap calculator at www.mysoapcalc.com/soap. This soap calculator is my way of thanking my soap sisters and bubble brothers, and also my way of giving back to the soap making community. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and hit the bell notification icon to keep you posted of my soap making videos, DIY tutorials, and a lot more. Just like you, soap making is my passion, so I would really appreciate if you can join me in my soap making journey so we can learn and grow together. Now we are ready to pour the soap into the mold. Today, I'll be using the Improvised PVC soap mold that my late father made for me. If you haven't watched that video and you are interested on how did my late father did this PVC soap mold, feel free to watch the video. I'll put the link in the description box below. I waited for 1 full week before I unmolded the soap. I normally would unmold after 3 days, but for Aleppo soap, it is a special case, so we have to extend our patience a little bit more. I set the soap cutter at 1 inch thickness, and here is the end piece. I managed to produce 5 bars of round soap. This soap smells so nice. It smells like fresh laurel leaves, and it reminded me of adobo. Adobo is a traditional dish in my country. I'm not so sure whether you heard it or have tried it before, but it is a dish that could either be pork or chicken. Then we will cook this with soy sauce and vinegar. Then we will add peppercorns and laurel leaves. Here is the comparison of the pure Castile olive oil soap that I shared with you a couple of weeks ago. In connection with this, I came up with the question of the week. I would like to know on whether, just like me, is there any soap that actually remind you of a particular dish from your hometown? Please let me know and leave a comment down below. Feel free to share that with me and to our other soap sisters and bubble brothers. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed what I shared, please leave a like and a comment below. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep you posted of my soap making videos, DIY tutorials, and a lot more. Thank you so much, Soap Sisters and Bubble Brothers, and happy birthday to those who are celebrating their birthdays this month. God bless!